custom wiggle, or actually it's a rock crawler. Custom rock crawler. Yeah. I really thought I had my first A-rig fish. Great. So angry. So angry. Pretty good one though. It's fun. Nice tube right in the corner of the mouth. That's number 63. They don't just kind of eat it, they just swallow it. Oh, heck yeah. That's 64. starting to add some numbers up now. Yes, sir. $66. Number 69. Been catching really good on wigglewort. I just been getting kind of bored of it. Every trip coming out and warting the banks. Wigglewort, rock crawler. I got a couple other small crankbaits that kind of act like that too. So I started throwing a tube for a little bit, and I switched back to the crankbait. I'm running out of time. I'm gonna have to leave a little bit early today, so we're gonna run the next couple of banks with this crankbait in hand and see how many we can stack up. It's been a really good day. The sun's come out. I think that's made a huge difference. It's really turned them on. So we should be able to put several more in the boat. Number 70. That's a better fish. I mean, I know most of them are pretty small, but what happens? That's number 72. Victory! I swear, when you're tube fishing, tube just gets better the more fish you catch. The more it gets chewed up and beat up, and these have a lot of salt in them. And I'm not sure how much you can see it because of the sun, but man, every time they eat it, it just bleeds more of that salt out and looks better. Just gets better as it goes. Oh yeah. That is number 75. That's awesome. Holy cow. Holy freaking cow. $75. He's a little bitty guy, but you know what? It counts. I'm excited. So sweet. Oh. That's number 76. we'll see if this works. Somebody asked me to kind of do a walk on my boat. It's a nice day and I'm about ready to be done anyway, so we're gonna go and do it now. This is my boat. It is a 18-foot Alumacraft DV. Pretty cool. When I got it, the carpet was falling apart. Some of the floorboard was rotted. I fished with it out that way for a couple of years. And then I decided this winter I needed to make a change. The layout of most DVs are really similar. There's usually like 3 or 4 seat brackets like this that are in the floorboard here. I took those out because I needed to make this kind of a bass boat. I started with a DV because I have young kids and I really like the high sides, and it's a lot safer. Like, I don't feel like they're gonna fall out of the edges or anything, and they've grown up now a little bit, but it's still just nice. Nice to feel like you're enclosed and it's somewhat difficult to fall out of. When I bought it originally, they had built the platform that come out like here, and I didn't like that, so I took it out and I just kind of like went right across the back and made kind of a bench seat area. I added this so somebody could sit here if they wanted to while I'm going down the bank or whatever. I needed a rod box that comes, it has like this little rod box here, but I didn't think that was sufficient enough. I like to bring more rods than what that's gonna hold. So I built this thing and it kind of extended my deck, which is nice because now 2 people can kind of stand side by side and fish pretty easy. I didn't make it lift from the top because I hated having to get people to get off of it if they're standing there for space reasons. So I just kind of left the side open, and it actually works pretty good to be able to get rods in and out of. It works out pretty good. This originally was the live well in the boat. I used it for tackle storage now, and I disconnected the pumps, and I actually have a big cooler that I've rigged up to be a live well. It's got an aerator and stuff in it, and it's got a little 2-way valve thing I can turn off, and I can pump water out of my live well or out of the cooler, and it just plugs into my electrical panel there, which is pretty cool. I rewired almost everything, at least everything that I have to have for the boat to run has been rewired. And then so I tore everything out this winter. I tore out the floorboard. This is just cheap, like generic seafoam I got off of Amazon. It seems to work okay. There was a few places that it didn't stick down the best in, but I also installed it when it was probably too cold and they said not to, but I did anyway because that's what a lot of us do when we have to just do something in the winter. And I went with 2 colors. I went with the snow camo stuff on kind of like the top floor, and then I did just gray at the bottom. I really like it stuff so well. I like this stuff so far. It works out. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I like it so far. I've been able to just take my hose and hose it all down. It dries really fast. My kids and family, we come out and do a lot of like swimming off of my boat and stuff like that in the summertime, so that'll be nice that it dries really quick for when we do that kind of stuff. I did also buy these hatch lids for some of my stuff in storage because, like I said, I changed the whole layout of the boat, so the compartment channels are not, they didn't match up to necessarily what I was trying to do. There used to be like 2 compartments up front, but then it didn't have anywhere for my trolling motor pedal. There was a bait live well here. You can still see there's still a hose here that would have supplied water to the bait live well. I took all that out. I just have like a little side storage for some of the worms and stuff that I'll use quite often. Get this to go back on there now. Here's these hatches and some more tackle and stuff there, but these hatches are pretty cheap. I mean, I knew they were cheap. I bought them off of Amazon. They've kind of held up. I broke off a couple of the things here. I don't know, they're cheap, they work. for what I need. I mean, as long as they latch and they don't fly open while I'm going down the road and stuff, like, I'm happy with it. I also have a 3D printer from some of the weird bait designs and stuff I wanted to make. So I was able to 3D print like new hinges and stuff out every once in a while, or this handle I 3D printed so that it works and still latches. Yeah, I don't know. There's like, I mean, you can see I've definitely, like, this is not the way the boat was, and it's not the prettiest, but it works, and that's all that really matters to me. It gets me and my family out, gets me and my buddies out. By taking out the live well and stuff like that, I was able to put a lot more tackle storage in my boat. By no means does it hold all my tackle, but at least I can kind of like put a season's worth in it at once. If in the summertime I'm going to take certain things, in the wintertime I'm going to have certain things kind of in between, and it holds enough to get the job done most time. I took out the live well, so that helped give me more storage and more room down here, so that I can take more people out. My kids have more room to walk around, things like that. So yeah, that's kind of it. Maybe one day I'll clean it up a little bit better. We'll do a little more of an in-depth thing. I did not film or record the process because I'm not that good at that stuff. I mean, I watched a ton of YouTube videos. There's like 8 or 9 awesome channels that I was watching that do this kind of thing. Wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be, and I just knew I didn't want to pretend to have a channel like that. I didn't do everything probably as good as they did, for sure. But yeah, if you're interested, I mean, don't be afraid to do it to your boat. I mean, you got to make what you can afford, and what you could do it. I mean, I consider, I mean, I like all the time I say it to my buddies, like, I'm passing on a budget. I mean, I am. You can see the gear I have. It's the best I can afford, and a lot of it's hand-me-down. A lot of it's the lowest price point inside of the bracket that you can get. I mean, some of the cheapest bait casting reels you can buy. A lot of my rods I bought on sale, and they're some of the cheapest rods you can buy. It just is what it is, what you got to do. I still get out here, I still get after them, I still catch fish. You guys got to see some of that so far. I mean, it's working out. It just, don't be afraid to pursue it. I mean, you know, and it doesn't take as much stuff as what I have accumulated over the years to do this. I mean, it's super easy. I mean, heck, today most of my fish came off of this crankbait right here. And that would be a knockoff rock crawler blank that I got on Amazon, I believe. It would be 2 different colors of nail polish to paint it, and those are Amazon split rings and cheap number 4 laser sharp, or eagle claw laser sharp treble hooks, and it works just fine. It does not take the $20 paint job that you can get off of a regular rock crawler. I guess they're not quite $20, but anyway, you get what I'm trying to say. You don't have to have it. I mean, this worked great. If anything, it actually like was more fun to catch them on something I threw together. It was super cheap, and also when I hang up and lose one, it doesn't ruin my day as bad when I have $4 or $5 in it instead of 12. Stuff like that. I'll try to show more tips and tricks and stuff like that on what I do to save some money and stretch my dollar and come out ahead on things as we go. I mean, I'm at 76 fish so far since April 10th, and today is April the 26th, so that's pretty awesome. 16 days, I got 70 something fish, 76 fish. I don't know, I really like this. I'm gonna keep them coming, keep the videos going. We're gonna keep striving. We're gonna try and get that 1,000 on video, and I'll try to keep showing you some cool stuff along the way. So anyway, thanks for watching. I can do a better in-depth video later as I kind of switch some stuff out and we get into summer mode. Probably would be a good time, and I'll show you guys my live well setup too when I fish a tournament here, hopefully soon when the weather quits acting up. Yeah, until next time, keep your hook sharp.